Government releasing its highly anticipated report on UFOs. Officials say they have no explanation of the cases reported by military planes, writing, quote, "In a limited number of incidents, unidentified aerial phenomena reportedly appeared to exhibit unusual flight characteristics. These observations could be the result of sensor errors, spoofing, or observer misperception and require additional rigorous analysis." But they added this: the objects, quote, "clearly pose a safety of flight issue and may pose a challenge to U.S. national security." A lot of bureaucratic speak there. Here to sort it out is UFO expert Nick Pope. Nick, thanks for being with us. Your reaction to this highly anticipated but not very exciting, apparently, report that we're getting today?
Well, it's fascinating. I've just had a quick read through. It really was made available, I think, literally only moments ago, and it's interesting. It's a mixed bag. It's a long way of saying, and it's about 9 pages of saying we don't know what these things are. Some of them may be misperceptions. Other things, this is interesting, might be foreign adversaries like Russia or China, some breakthrough aerospace technology, and frankly, a lot of them, they simply don't know. So I think the important point is this report is not the end of the story, but should be the beginning of a much more detailed research and investigation program until we find out what we're dealing with here.
Nick, you know, the interesting thing about this, when you look at some of the folks who saw these UFOs, who reported them, you know, they weren't just your average everyday observer. They were trained, highly specialized people with knowledge of aerospace. To me, that's the intriguing part, and it makes the whole misperception angle just a little bit hard to believe. Your thoughts on that?
I agree with you completely. I mean, a lot of these witnesses are pilots and radar operators and other military personnel, people absolutely familiar with pretty much everything in the skies and very able, particularly with the corroborating evidence that they have from radar and other platforms. You know, these people don't make mistakes that easily. And I think it's interesting, this report says they've really only looked at a select number of incidents. I mean, there have been many, many more encounters going back decades. So I think there needs to be a deeper dive into some of the backstory here.
Okay, Nick, you've worked on these issues for a long time for the UK government. I mean, you go back on this. I've heard you say, look, everything that we're seeing here is the tip of the iceberg. This report doesn't give us much sense of the iceberg. Can you give us some sense of what we're not seeing here, but we ought to be thinking about?
Well, there's certainly a classified annex to this report, and that would be interesting, and it'll be fascinating to see over the next few days whether anything there leaks. A lot of that, I think, will be highly technical, but former DNI John Ratcliffe revealed earlier that there was satellite imagery, for example, of these things. So that's one thing that I think people would be fascinated to know. But it's the speeds, the maneuvers, the acceleration of these objects that's absolutely staggering, and in many cases, you know, seems way beyond the cutting edge of anything we've got. UFO community folks probably disappointed that this doesn't talk about extraterrestrials and aliens, but, you know, it's not been taken off the table, and clearly Congress will want more work on this, and it is described as a preliminary report, so there's more to come.
Well, I think everybody is interested in the more to come. I think some were hoping for a more definitive answer here, but I guess we're not going to get that. That means the conversation continues. Nick, we appreciate you being a part of it. Thank you.